So O.J. Simpson has said sayonara to this dimension, and he's off somewhere else. Who knows where. But I thought I wanted to look into. There was this interview that O.J. did after his trials with some guy I don't recognize, but you can look it up. It's here on Tube of the U. And it was kind of interesting, some of the things he said, and I was like, really? Really? It was supposedly the interviewer was allowed to ask him any questions he wanted. And just not about his finances or his kids. I think that was it. There might have been something else. I don't remember, but nothing big. Like, basically, you could say, hey, OJ, did you do it? And you could be like, I did not do it. And that was fine. Totally cool. So, one of the things the guy asked, and I believe he was referring to the criminal trial, because that makes sense. He said, something to the effect of, like, what do you think Nicole would have thought of the verdict? And good old OJ doesn't miss a beat. He's just like, she would have been standing right there beside me. She always supported me. What? So that's what I want to start looking into. That's what we're doing. Since OJ's left us here, good riddance, we're going to take a look at it. I'm recording this April 2024. And, of course, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. It's a card reading, not facts, okay? My opinion, psychic downloads, weird things that'll come out of my mouth. But OJ says Nicole would have stood right beside him. Things could be said there. Let's see, what did Nicole actually think of the jury verdict? If you haven't yet, join me in the Mood Moth Matter. AlyciaWicker.com. Get access to readings like these ahead of time, or the ones I don't show on Tube of the U. And these cards are like mega big. Just saying. Which one is this? Moonchild Tarot? I don't know. I don't use this deck too often because it's too big for my mini man hands. Okay. Four of Swords. The Sun. Okay. That's Serenity. This deck's so much too big. Beep, beep. Okay. Yeah, this is not, I'm going to stand by my man like Tammy Wynette. No, this is not that at all. This up here is coming across like, but for you, I would be here. Oh, sorry, I got a little shaky. I got a little too animated, I guess. But for you, I would have been here. But for you, I cannot speak and show the world a bunch of this, BS you've been spilling about here. Got the Ten of Wands, we got the Two of Wands, and the Chariot. So, but for you, I am not here to speak. I am not here to tell the world, show the world. I only have what I had prepared, photos, other people's testimonies, phone calls, just not a lot, I guess, apparently. And I would have been able to have corrected the gossip, the things you're saying, the things your attorneys were saying. It's like, this is like just sad of like, I had no choice. I didn't have a voice. You silenced me. And all I have is a choice to look forward and how I'm going to move forward on my journey. She wouldn't have been standing next to him. She did have some type of hope about him that perhaps maybe this would be a journey where maybe he would admit fault, that he would stand up, be a man, external influences, just worried about all of his money, being a man of prominence somehow, his celebrity, his fears. Two of Swords, he had a choice. He could have made a choice to make this right. He could have said, I did it. He could have taken accountability. Internal influence, 6 of Wands. He's just there looking for his victories, looking to go back to the way it was, where people would cheer for him, people just love him, people just adore him. Da, da, da. The challenge for him now is now you're really meeting your maker and the ultimate judge. You're still going to hold that position of, oh, I'm innocent. Okay. So, interesting. What did I have as my next one? Did OJ think that people believed he was looking for the real culprit? You remember how OJ was always saying that he was going to be out there. He's going to look for the real person who did these crimes. They were in hiding at a golf course near you. So, did OJ think that people, the public, was really buying that? I wasn't buying it. But, you know, he thought he was going to go searching for the real person who did. Never found him. But maybe OJ just believes a lot of things he tells himself or tells people. I don't know. But did OJ believe that the public was going to be buying that? Maybe there's a dummy somewhere who bought it. I don't know. Sneaky snacker. 7 of Swords. No. Again, going back to, it's just the right thing to say. I just need to seem like I am really caring about this and that I want to get justice too. Mr. I want to get justice. I want to keep my stature, my prominence, all my good stuff I've worked for and done all these great things in my life. I'm still a powerful, wealthy man, and I want to at least intimate to the world that I'm going to get down to the bottom of what's what here. I'm going to find that person or persons. Oh, and then we got the Magician card. I've read in books somehow that when people commit these heinous types of crimes, they're usually hiding out in golf courses. I don't know why Americans just don't start looking for criminals on golf courses. Oops, that's where I hang out all the time. Oops. 10 of Wands. There's some part of him. There must have been some person in his life, I'd have to say some type of dum-dum, who actually thought it was genuine and asked a question like, so how's it going? Have you gotten any leads? You getting anything new? Have you heard anything? And he's just going through with it. Oh, yes, we're thoroughly investigating everything. And something about that kind of gave him a little bit of a burden. Felt guilty. Almost like, come on now. You know who it is. Well, he didn't say that, but So suffice to say, I don't think he actually believed it, and he didn't think that the public bought it, but it was kind of like, I'll just say this, nobody's really going to question me too hard unless it was what was that guy from the Howard Stern show that went go out to the golf course, Stuttering John, him? Beyond that, yeah. Okay, another thing in this interview, OJ very mad at the media. I guess he must have had a TV in his cell, and he'd say, oh, we'd be at the trial, and there was this piece of evidence, and I thought it was, fantastic, and it pointed to my, I don't know, innocence. And the media just ignored it. They were talking about what a bad guy I was, and all these terrible things they said I did to Nicole. They didn't focus on this, and he was really mad. I mean, of course he was mad at the prosecution, but he was super mad at the media. And I was like, interesting. I'm curious. Is there any other thing, did he think he was a darling and they voted him out of their club or what? Why was Mr. Simpson so mad at the media? Eight of Cups. in the past. Oh, I wonder what other secrets OJ knows. This is interesting. OJ's not just, just like all these people. We're finding out, they're all in the Eyes Wide Shut gang, right? He is mad. He has to walk away from the Cool Kids Club. Cool Kids Club. He's mad he has to walk away, and there's some type of thing. Like, I used to be in so tight with these people. These people loved me. They would lick my ugly Bruno Magli, whatever they're called, shoes. They would have, because I was just OJ. I was the coolest thing since sliced bread. And, but the things that they do, they're no better than me. They all have skeletons in their closet. They are no better than me. Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Five of Cups. I'm wondering if at some point OJ got coached and said, you know what? You've told me all these terrible things that all these people have done. Like, oh, I didn't know that da-da-da did that. Oh, I didn't know. And OJ must have been saying like, allegedly. I could tell the world what they did. So-and-so did this. That's way worse than what I did. I could tell on this one. I could have a whole, sit-down special every night of the week talking about all these people and all the things that they've been doing. Somebody came in here, though, and said, no, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. So this is why he was, like, pissed off or sitting at the media, because he's like, I'm not the only one that does bad stuff, and they're all looking at me, like, and they're all, like, jumping on the bandwagon that OJ's a bad guy, which he is, but because he thinks the rest of them have done terrible, terrible things too, and why isn't anybody calling them out? Damn it, OJ, I wish you'd written a book about that. Instead of, If I Did It. And, what was the other one? Oh, I Want to Tell You. That's the one I've told you before, that I have a copy of it. It's signed. It might go up to a nickel now on eBay. I don't know. No, I did not buy it. My mother-in-law, for whatever reason, they had a stack at our work, and they were trying to get rid of it and gave us one. I guess it's a little piece of history. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that valuable. But anyhow. So what was in that bag that Robert Kardashian took from OJ? Once it was introduced into evidence, I believe it was empty. And I think maybe they just said, oh, it's just dirty clothes or something. Sure, Jan. What was in that bag? OJ, what was in your bag you gave to Robert K? Can you imagine? If OJ hadn't jacked everything up, we probably wouldn't have Kardashians. Just saying. Oh, at the same time, I don't know. Would we have had other stupid people on reality TV for me to watch so I could just relax watching dumb people? I don't know. It changed the entire course of how this case could have gone. Oh, swords. This was a collaboration. You're going to take this. We're going to celebrate. This is the biggest piece so we can go to victory lane. There's at some point, and I don't know if this is Robert Kardashian. It doesn't feel like it's him by himself. It feels like there's a certain other, like OJ hands the bag to Robert Kardashian, and with Robert Kardashian, he's taking it somewhere, but there's someone else there with him that's instructed to separate the contents of the bag from the bag and bring the bag back. This feels very much like we're going to different, I don't know, dumpsters or something. Okay, just empty the bag. Don't even look at what's in it. Just empty the bag into the trash and bring the bag back and come back. Like, don't even look. You'll get connected or you'll have knowledge or something, even though you would have knowledge. Anyhow, I'm thinking it's got to be the weapon. The weapon from that night. But then it's like, there was nothing in there. Duh. It's just a bag. It was probably just an ugly-ass bag, like those ugly-ass shoes. Okay, so, my opinion. Allegedly, that bag had the critical piece that would have connected it all together. The weapon. Where he would have seen justice, and his fate in the future would have definitely been different. It's amazing, the loyalty, the things for this man. Do you think this man would have done anything for these other people? Like, people who took up for him? Doubt it. Now, OJ also said that Nicole would not be happy with her sister Denise. Denise came out back in the day and was saying all this stuff that OJ's nasty and whatnot. So, of course, OJ has to come out. I bet you OJ liked to gossip like everybody else in the hen house, because he seemed to be like, oh, that Denise, that Faye Resnick. I think he was probably into the gossip. Anyhow, he probably would have fit in real well if they had had Real Housewives back in the day. Can you imagine Bruce Jenner, OJ, Nicole, Faye Resnick on the side? Faye Resnick already shows up on the Housewives. I mean, those could have been some epic parties. Don't do coke in the bathroom. Okay, so anyhow, back to OJ said that Denise did not have a good relationship with Nicole, and that she was kind of ostracized from the family, and it was a troubled relationship, and that Nicole would not appreciate Denise and what she's been saying lately. What did Nicole actually think? She wasn't here to speak for herself, so what did she think about Denise saying what she was saying back in the day? She would have been happy, pleased, I don't know, happy, but pleased that her sister was saying something. It's like, there's all this heartbreak, and it's like, he took me from my home, he took me from my life. I'm needing to have someone help me move this further down the line, trying to, get him for why I'm not here. She was bringing truth. Whatever way she got it, I don't know. Maybe it was family scuttlebutt. But no, there's this idea of like they had an annoying sister relationship. They weren't always probably on the same page, right? A lot of sisters are not always on the same page all the time, right? A lot of times it's like, I can't stand you. Ugh. Same idea, but it's like when you needed her, she was there. So, Nicole did appreciate what Denise was doing, so OJ can suck a lemon. Okay. Oh, OJ said that he never stalked Nicole. He said, I didn't stalk her. We happen to live in the same area. And I ran into her like twice. Okay? I didn't stalk her. I mean, if you're living in the same area, you're bound to run into each other. So, did OJ actually stalk Nicole? That's what we got to see. Yes. Ace of crystals, 6 of wands. Oh, is this like his pastime? He did say in this interview too, he's like, the unallotted time, or the time they can't find me, I go to bed early because I get up early. I'm just at home, probably in bed sleeping. Like, sure, brah. This, I'm thinking, once a relationship is done with Nicole, this is funny. This comes through like, Should I go to bed early or should I stalk Nicole? It comes across like I'm getting good at it. There's some type of excitement for him in this. There's an excitement in him doing this, like that he can go undetected, that he wants to, like, I would not be shocked if he had like spying equipment in her house. Listening devices, video devices, cameras, all the little different spy things, trying out a spy pen, trying out a whatever gadgets he could find. This feels like this became his hobby. One of his hobbies. Yeah, and so he could lie in wait and he could be this stealthy little cat. You know how when a cat sneak up behind you and you don't even know you're there. He's like, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oops. Interesting. Well, we'll leave it. I don't usually read reversals, but the interesting thing about this is he's stalking her. It becomes a hobby he's enjoying until this gets to be too much. He's seen too much. It's affected him internally too much. Like, don't ask or don't do things that you're not ready for, right? Like, don't ask for an answer you don't want to hear if it's not going to be positive, kind of same idea. He's looking to catch her doing something, and then he caught her doing something, and then it just, like, enraged him, and then he can't get it out of his mind. It's like, now I can't get that visual out of my head, right? And this is what was the impetus for the crime, and eventually, like, decimating the whole family. Shouldn't be doing stuff unless you're prepared. Just saying. What else did I have here? Oh, OJ thought he was a battered husband. He said something to that effect in the interview, and I don't know, I didn't hear the whole part clearly. If he was like, yeah, I'm gonna start a group for men and we can talk about this, or some nonsense, all the things he's promising to do. Let's see if OJ actually considered himself to be a battered husband. He said so many things. He said Nicole is always getting in fights, but it wasn't that way. He's just wonderful, and she's always getting in fights, and she fired all the housekeepers and nannies and whatever. She'd get in altercations with them. And, he was just there. He was just trying to keep the peace. So did he actually think? How do I say this? Did he actually consider himself to be a battered husband? He feels like he was put into some type of position where he can't, I don't know if he wanted to go back to the 1950s and where he was going to dictate what happened to his wife and what she did and when she did this and that and the other thing. There's some idea where he does not have enough control of his woman. And felt like there's a lot of times where he's trying to get out of sticky situations with her. Because he's running his mouth, or she has heard some type of gossip, scuttlebutt, something going around. Almost like, yeah, I know you heard those rumors, but if this is the 1950s, you'd shut your mouth and let me do what I want to do. So, it's not really, he might say that, but he only means it in terms of, like, he didn't have, like, the playing field was not in his advantage. It's almost as if she could just been a good housewife from the 1950s, we wouldn't have to be here, and I wouldn't be having to, put my hands on her and calm her ass down and da-da-da-da. She's too much independent woman. The logic in this man's brain. He should have found a 1950s housewife. I wonder, was that how his first wife was? I'm just curious. I don't know. I've never looked into her. Anyhow, Let's see. Oh, let's ask this one. Yeah, we've been going on quite a bit, huh? Let's ask this one. Let's end it with that. Did OJ really want to end it all in the back of the Bronco? Remember the infamous Bronco chase. It was on all the TVs. And he's back there. AC's driving him around. OJ just wanted to see his mom. But was OJ actually going to end it all? He wouldn't really answer that question. He didn't want to get into it. It was such a dark time for OJ. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's that. This is making me even more curious now. This is very concerned about his future, very concerned about his status, his celebrity, his money, all his things. I'm wondering if, while he's getting driven around with AC, if there is not some other behind-the-scenes stuff going on, manipulating what the outcome of the trial would be. Now, we could all say, go back in time. The jurors at that time were essentially giving the response to the Rodney King situation, right? But that seems like theater when I look at these cards. This looks like, can I make an offer? Can I say it was self-defense? Could I say it was self-defense? And that's what happened there that night? It's like we're trying to make a deal here with someone, right? You got the Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Moon, the Star. Here he is. He's trying to make a deal. He's trying to take an offer. He's trying to say, hey, could I just do this? I still want to be OJ and I don't want to go to jail. That would be a bummer. And it's almost like he's negotiating with somebody for shit. He's negotiating. I think he really did want, I know, this sounds Looney Tunes. I know. Go with me. He's negotiating with someone. This is not him like on the phone with detectives or whoever. I don't even know if he's actually on the phone or if his attorneys are on the phone with big shots, big wigs. This feels very Eyes Wide Shutty. And they're up there and he's like, why are you guys going to let me go down for this? And they're like, hey man, we got it. Sorry, got to do something here. I don't know. And he's like, let's make a deal. Let's just say it's self-defense. And they're like, we can't do that shit. Come on, that's too obvious. I got a lot of secrets on you, like we had before. I got a lot of secrets on you. All right, well, we're going to have to lock you up in the jail for a little bit, okay? We'll take care of you. You'll be fine. You're not going to become somebody's girlfriend. It'll be okay. You are going to lose some time there, but it won't be too bad. And we'll go through the whole rigmarole. And eventually you'll come out of this fine. You won't be sent to the big house. But that's the best we do. You got to do some time and you're going to have to go through this trial. It's not going to be pretty. You're not going to like it. But don't worry. At the end, you'll be a little messed up, but you won't be in a prison serving a life sentence for this. What? I know. Times like these, I'm reading the cards and I'm just thinking, what? My gosh. Look at that. Isn't that a cool card? Anyhow. Good Lord. I don't know. Maybe it becomes like a slow news day or something. I might want to get back into that case and go and see what else was going on because it feels like there's a whole lot of Eyes Wide Shut and going on. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Join me in the Moon Moth Manor. And, I was going to say something witty, but can't think of anything anymore. He's just blown my mind. Anyhow, talk to you later. Bye.